All right, happy Friday, guys. We made it to episode 124 of the Homestead Shop Talk podcast with Al from Lemon Acres, Ben from Holler Homestead, and myself, Jason from Sold the Land. And guys, I had a crazy dream last night. I need to tell you about my dream.
Uh-oh.
So it was my dream. I looked out my window, the window I always look out my kitchen, and I noticed all my egg layers were dead. Like they were laid out all around on the yard, right? There was a couple egg layers there that were walking around, but I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" So I walk out there. I'm looking around to see if I can see like what killed all my egg laying chickens. And I kind of keep walking and walking, and then I turn around and I'm kind of a little further away, and off in the distance I see a kangaroo, right? And a kangaroo is like hopping kind of away from me. And then when I look closely, it's kangaroo part raccoon, part bobcat.
What?
I don't know. And then, because it's kind of from a distance, I'm like, what is that? Because it had like a bushy tail like a raccoon, but it hopped like a kangaroo, but then like a body like a bobcat. And so then it jumped up on my fence, like it kind of like perched there like a chicken. And then it turns around, it lights up a cigarette and it smokes. And it's staring at me. And
Hmm.
that's it.
And then you woke up.
Oh,
And then I woke up and I was like, what? What the heck was that?
What did you have for dinner the night before? I wonder.
yeah. Yeah, I want
Some
to
of
have
those
some of that.
homegrown, you had some homegrown mushrooms you were picking off your logs out back, or
It was almost like he looked at me and he smoked that cigarette like, yeah, I did it. What are you gonna do about it? And then that was the end of the dream. Wow.
That's a crazy dream.
I told the
pretty
girls that
wild.
as soon as we woke up this morning, I was like, I had this dream. They were busting up. I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, it was wild. I don't know where that
That's
came
funny.
from. Hope it doesn't happen in real life.
I
It's
don't know
kind of
how come you get all the like fun, crazy dreams. Like that's quite a dream.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where that came from. Sometimes I think like maybe I'm too stressed out in real life or something, and I have these like crazy dreams. When I have these crazy dreams, it means I'm like stressed. I don't know. It's
means you
kind
got to
of funny.
reinforce your fence this winter, make it taller.
Yeah, for those
All the kangaroos.
kangaroo, raccoon, bobcat things. So no crazy dreams for you guys?
Can't say that
No.
I've had any crazy dreams.
Yeah. Dreams are weird.
My,
It's like if you don't write them down, like you forget about them.
Yep.
I every once in a while I'll have like nightmares. I haven't had one in I
Mm.
don't know 5 years or something like that. Uh, it was after we moved here. I've had two of the most vivid nightmares I've ever had in my entire life. Uh,
Yeah.
and no problem remembering them.
Oh, okay.
The kind that like wake you up or you're in a cold sweat and
You remember those, yeah.
panicked and yeah, like outside of that, I mean, I have weird random dreams every now and then, just where you wake up going, "What? That made no sense."
I know.
Kind of like a kangaroo, raccoon, bobcat smoking a cigarette on your fence.
Yeah, or my reoccurring dream of pushing a hot dog cart. I random dreams of me pushing a hot dog cart. Like, I don't know why.
Where are you with the hot dog cart? You in like New York City
I
or
don't know, just like random places. Yeah, maybe
that's
that's my destiny.
I need to have some fun dreams like that. I don't have any that I remember.
Yeah, well, cool. So,
Must be the hot sauce, what you put in it.
it must have been that. Maybe it's too much hot sauce I've been having.
I had
Too
a
much
lot of
hot
hot sauce.
peppers.
I've never had so much hot sauce that I have crazy dreams.
Yeah,
But
I know. What's in
maybe
this
a lot
hot
of hot
sauce?
sauce.
Jeez.
It's a secret ingredient.
Yeah. So you got any snow yet, Al?
Not yet. We got snow in the forecast. So let me see when it's raining right now. It's coming down pretty good. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
No.
Nope.
So next week we have an inch of snow in the forecast. Only an inch, so nothing. But we haven't had any flurries. The mountains, you can see the mountains have some snow, but we don't have anything yet. So it was 28, I think, this morning. That's probably one of the coldest mornings we've had.
I think
Yeah.
it was like 29. Was that Friday morning, Saturday morning, something like that? Like it's been pretty cold in the mornings.
Yeah, it
Do you
was
have
the
any good
first.
ice
That
on
was
the livestock waters? No.
No, not yet.
We had a
So
little
this
bit. We had a little.
This morning we had probably like a quarter of inch of ice on some of the livestock waters. So it must have got cold pretty quick last night.
That's good.
It was 55 today. So I mean it was beautiful out today, but it was a chilly start this morning.
Yeah, we're not close to snow here yet.
Better not say that.
Yeah, no.
I haven't watched recently, but I think you guys are supposed to have a pretty quiet winter if the weather pattern for the winter still stays the same. What
Quiet
was it?
meaning uneventful.
Yeah, like I think like your part of the US is like the only part that's gonna have like an uneventful winter. The rest of the US has a lot of last it was like 3 months ago, it was like the long-term winter forecast. We were supposed to have like a nasty end of the winter, early spring, but we'll see what happens.
I've seen a couple different people's takes on what the weather's going to do. I've seen that same thing, like basically the South, kind of where we're at, is going to
Yep.
be a pretty mild winter, cold, but mild, like no crazy storms. And I've
Right.
also seen people saying we're going to get more snow than we've ever seen. So I don't know who to believe. I wouldn't mind seeing a whole bunch of snow, but
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a mild winter, so I'm assuming we're probably gonna get hit pretty hard.
you're going to get snowed in. Once it starts snowing, it's not going to stop.
Snowed in.
Last time we were building, well, before we moved back up here, we were in Massachusetts still, and we were doing some renovations to a house to get it ready to sell that spring. Now in Mass, you get like you guys, you get snow. It maybe sticks around for like a week where we were. That's how it always basically. Growing up as a kid, it'd last, but when I was in high school and all throughout, it would like be gone within a week. Well, this year we got we went and got sheetrock. I think it was like a Saturday night, brought it in the basement. We got a snowstorm that night. This was January. It was like snow apocalypse. When we moved out of there in May, there was still snow on the ground. Boston had snowbanks in the like in their parking lots until July, just because they
Wow.
had to
Goodness.
pile it up. Like there's never winters like that. So just like we were trying to like rebuild a house and or just clean it up, get it ready to sell, and then we were just plowing. It was like you were out every night plowing 24/7. It was just I'm like I don't want another one of those winters.
Heck no.
No,
Heck no. It'd be miserable.
you know,
Till
but
July? That's crazy.
yeah, we had like we put the house on the market. We waited and waited because we moved up here in May, April. We must have put it on the market, and there was still snow on the ground and snow on the roof. We kept waiting to see if the snow would melt so we could take pictures for like the realtor and stuff. And when we ended up listing it, there was still snowbanks. And it's like, really? Like we've never had winters like this before in Mass. We've had them up here, but not down there.
Yeah.
It's winters like that's the reason snowbirds exist.
Yep. Those are the winters you don't forget. Like me and my brother spent so much time plowing. It was like every waking moment, like you had a free moment. It's like, oh, gotta go plowing. We'd be out plowing till like 2 a.m. It's like, ugh.
Wow.
It's like, yeah, you don't forget those winters. Maybe you
Well,
guys will experience one this year.
I
maybe.
don't know about plowing till 2 a.m. All I could think is, yeah, like it would probably finish up snowing. You could get out by, 10 a.m. and it'd take you 2 or 3 minutes to plow the driveway and, maybe the neighbors, and that'd be it. Like you'd be good.
That sounds
Yep.
nice.
We'd work all day, then we'd have to go clean up. I had a mechanical garage. They have a body shop, so we'd be out just cleaning up all the commercial properties and stuff. So you'd work all day long, and then at night you'd have to go out and clean up everything. And then when you get the snowstorm, same thing. You got to make sure the parking lots are all cleaned up before the customers can come. And so
Oh, heck.
I don't miss that.
No way. Who wants to go first here?
I can.
Why don't you go, Ben? Go for it.
All right. It's kind of a whole bunch of everything this past week. Uh, we started off the week. We had we kind of had a cold moving through the house. We were out at that Hart Square event, and it was really cold that day. And I don't know where you're at with all the getting a chill, but it seems like if we have a day where everybody's cold and shivery, within 24 hours, everybody's going to have a head cold. And that's exactly what happened. So we all came down with a head cold. Everybody except me came down with a head cold and basically just had the sniffles and it turned into a cough. It wasn't really bad. It was just, like your generic head cold. Uh, but everybody's still dealing with the cough. Well, leave it to me. A week later, after everybody's had it, I came down with it like Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday, something like that. Like I was out in the barn working on a knife and I like sneezed. And then you know how like if you sneeze sometimes like everything gets all congested? Well, it did that, but it didn't stop. And all of a sudden I had all sorts of sinus pressure. I was like, "Uh-oh,
Hmm.
that doesn't feel normal." And I got up the next morning, it was just like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
So, yep, I came down with it. The beginning of the week, we processed a whole mess of apples. We've got these cases of apples in our fridge that we're wanting to, save them in the fridge. That way we can eat on fresh apples all the way, hopefully until spring. But we realized real quick we very, very much need our back fridge. We pulled all of the shelves out and put cases of apples in there. So when we go to get milk or, whatever, we don't have that back fridge. I was like, okay, we might have shot ourselves in the foot here. This is kind of dumb. So we needed to make some room. So we pulled out some apples. We dried apples, sliced a whole bunch up and put them in the dehydrator. And then Meg made a mess of apple pie filling, like a mess of apple pie filling. I don't think we showed how much we made. Like she made a bunch. And we ate apples. We ate tons and tons of apples. Uh, so last week we got about 5 inches of rain over the course of the week. We just had this like just long stretch. I think it was, what did it start raining, Jason? Monday night into Tuesday, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was all week.
it was all week
Yeah.
and it rained and
Gloomy and
rained,
wet.
just gloomy and wet. It was like Pacific Northwest kind of weather, just where it's just slow, not like even a heavy rain. You could go out in it and not get soaked, but it just made it real miserable for doing anything outside. So I opted to make a knife. And I think Jason had asked me a couple episodes ago. He's like, "Hey, you make any knives?" It's like, "No." We were talking about making your spoons and stuff like that, and I was like, "You know what? I do actually need a knife. There's a knife that I want, and I don't want to buy one because I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. I need like a long knife, like a scimitar kind of long knife. So I actually have it. I actually have it right here. I don't know if you can see that.
Wow, that is long.
That's a pretty big
Like a machete.
knife. Basically, it's a kitchen machete.
Wow, look at that
So
thing.
that thing is 24 inches long,
That's a
about an
bison
inch and a
killer.
half wide. Yeah, that's so
It's
pretty
nice.
cool.
It
Pretty
came out
cool
nice.
knife. This sheath I made, I needed a sheath for it. I didn't have leather. So it was like, well, why don't I make it out of wood?
Is that cherry?
Yeah.
That's
So what the handle is, this burl right here, this was a tree I cut down when we first got here, and it's been drying up at the top of my barn. Well, I took some of this wood and stabilized it, and that's why it's a lot darker than this wood. The wood that the sheath is made out of is actually the rest of the tree. So I
That's cool.
harvested the entire tree and I milled up what lumber I could, and then all the burl I've made knife handles and stuff out of. So the
Nice.
knife handle and the knife sheath are out of the same tree. I thought that was kind of cool. It's kind of, I don't know, cool story.
So why do
But
you need a big knife like that?
so I don't know if I would teach a class with a knife like that. When I'm teaching pork classes, I like to just stick with like just a basic, like a 6 inch boning knife and a saw, just a hand saw. And the reason for that is a lot of people can just come up with those things fairly, you know, cheap. I mean, talking to most people who come to the classes, I'll ask them, "Are you going to buy a bone saw if you don't have one?" They're like, maybe." I was like, are you going to process your own pig?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "How are you going to split it?" And they all say the same thing. "I'm just going to use a sawzall." It's like,
Hmm.
I get that and use the tools you got. I have a bone saw just because, I don't know, it's what the cool kids use.
It's more romantic.
Plus, that's more romantic. But at the same time, when you're doing a whole mess of pigs and just wanting to be done, sawzall's where it's at.
it is.
So back to the knife. The sword, as all the boys have been calling it. I think it's really more of a sword. Actually, I think a sword has like a guard on it, like a like a hilt guard, a
Mm.
Yep.
hand guard. Uh, I believe a dagger is sharp on both sides, so it's not a dagger. Uh,
It's a hybrid.
it's a knife. Like it's just a knife.
It's a big old knife.
That's a knife right there.
That's
So,
nice.
anyways, what I wanted this for was when I'm breaking down a large animal, uh, I need a longer knife. And so I think the longest knife I have in my knife set that I use, it's the same knife I use when I'm sticking a pig, and it's like a 9 inch long knife. Well, 9 inches isn't long enough when you're reaching around the spinal column, when you're breaking the primals apart. And so, you basically say like the separating the shoulder from the loin section, you got to go, through the ribs and then down and out, and you separate the front primal from the middle primal. Um, None of my knives are long enough, and you can do that cut with a saw, but I like using the saw as little as possible. I really like breaking down an animal with just a simple knife. Well, 2, 3 weeks ago when I was in here processing pigs, these were guinea hogs, but they had so much fat on them, their backs were like greater than 6 inches. Uh, they're pretty fat. Um, and so it was like, man, it'd be really nice if I had a longer knife. And so I was thinking, maybe I'll make like a 12-inch knife. And I just happened to have a piece of metal that was like 24 inches long. It was like, there it is. I'll just make a 24-inch knife, and it should be able to do everything I need it. And next time I do a cow, I'll have a really big sword that I can break the
Hmm.
carcass down with. So I actually I used this puppy today. I got this thing sharp. This thing's like redonkulously sharp.
You chop all those
Actually,
apples with it?
no, it wasn't finished when we were actually I hadn't even started it when we were doing the apples,
Mm.
but I did cut bacon with it today.
Oh, nice.
That's what I was saying. That'd be a good knife for cutting slabs of
Yeah, that's
bacon,
true.
squaring them
Yeah,
up.
I should have taken a picture of the bacon. So, let me not get too far ahead of myself. Yeah, I guess I'll just talk about bacon. So, last week, I think it was, towards the end of the week, I think Thursday afternoon, it stopped raining. And so I threw all the rest of my bacon, my Canadian bacon, everything in the smoker, and I started getting everything smoked. Because it's now ready at that point. Um, Friday night is our pizza night. We always try to make pizza on Fridays, and I don't have any capicola or lonza or anything ready. We used up the last of what we had uh, the other day, trying to get some cured meats up in here. It's like, well, we can get Canadian bacon fairly quick. So I did something a little bit different with the Canadian bacon. Usually I hot smoke it. Um, Actually, I've done it either way. I've cold smoked it, I've hot smoked it. Because you don't let it sit and hang and dry like a prosciutto or something like that, it's still raw meat. But you're putting it on a pizza and you're going to cut it or cook it. I mean, what I was thinking about is like, well, why couldn't I just smoke the Canadian bacon with the rest of my bacon, cold smoke it, and then just cook it in the oven until it's, the minimum legally cooked temperature, and then pull that out and slice it and then just freeze it. And then when we pull it out of the freezer, like it's fully cooked. Like, let's try it. So that was what I did. I took all these Canadian bacons, I smoked them, I stuck everything in the freezer. And when I pulled it out, I was thinking about slicing everything. It was like, you know what? I'm going to throw them in the oven and cook them until they have an internal temperature of 150, and then I'll slice them. And so that's what I did. Oh my gosh, I swear it multiplied the flavor. So I just stuck them in an oven first thing in the morning, pulled them off the smoker. They smoked all night long. Uh, like they smelled good coming off the smoker, but I threw them in the oven at 350, and it only took maybe like 20 minutes for them to reach an internal temperature of 150. But man, when I pulled them out, they were beautiful. Like that smoky, glaze that formed. Oh, I should have taken a picture. They look fantastic. So then I took them and put them back in the freezer so they'd get hard and then sliced them up. And it was really nice having it all the way cooked because then as I'm slicing it, I can have snacks and not worry about uh, you know, foodborne illness and all that.
Yeah.
So so I'm probably going to do my Canadian bacon that way from now on. It's an extra step throwing it in the oven, but it's really nice. Just, I don't have to worry about it. It's not, raw. It's cooked, and we put it on pizza. It tastes like Canadian bacon. It looks like Canadian bacon. It's just smaller because it was guinea hogs. But man, it was fantastic.
Nice. Sounds good.
It was bomb. So this weekend we processed our meat birds. We got all of our meat birds dealt with. We had 52 meat birds. Uh, I uh, I don't know if you've noticed this, Jason. Do you notice that your fall meat birds tend to be bigger than your spring meat birds? Have you ever noticed that?
No. Well, I'll notice like the summer meat birds are not as big as the spring meat birds.
Do you even do fall meat birds, or are you usually done by the end of summer?
Yeah, that's probably why we usually done by, usually we're done. I think the last one is like August or
Okay.
September.
So I try to avoid butchering in fly season as much as possible.
Yeah.
That's probably why. So we'll do it like early spring so we can be processing before it's too hot. And then we try to butcher once it starts getting cold. And so these birds were technically 8 weeks at like, I don't know, it was like right on Halloween, I think is when it was. And so we opted to do it Saturday. Um, Started with 80 and we butchered 52. So we'd lost that many of them. And it was
Oh
just
wow.
they just kept dying.
Really?
One would die one day, and then the next day there'd be two, and it was like that for like 3 weeks. We lost meat birds, so it was just
Oh, that was the
kind of
first three
frustrating.
weeks?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was just steady. They just
Yeah.
kept on dying. Tried everything. Tried putting magic water and giving them poultry conditioner and all that stuff. Nothing
Yeah.
helped. But I will say, most of these birds dressed out at like 6.5 pounds, something like that.
Nice.
Um, I had one. The boys were bringing them. I'm usually the one eviscerating, and Meg's usually on the killing station, and so I'm at the very end of the whole thing. And one of the boys brings me over this freshly plucked chicken, comes out of the plucker all naked, plops it on the table, and it was like, that looks like a turkey. Like that is a massive bird. So I picked it right up off the table. I hadn't eviscerated it yet. And I took it over to the scale and put it on the scale, and it was over 10 pounds.
What?
Like we have never had a meat bird that big. I don't think we've ever broken 10 pounds.
That's crazy. I
And
think
he was the only one.
our smallest turkey was 11.
Yeah, so this meat bird was about the size of your turkeys,
Yeah.
at least the small ones anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was gargantuan. The breasts off, like I cut the breasts off when we were piecing them out, and it looked like a turkey breast. Like they were
Wow.
they were massive.
Did you
I
keep it whole
think
or break it up?
no, we broke it up.
Yeah.
You can, I don't. We had a hard time with our shrink bags.
Mm,
Most of those birds wouldn't fit in those shrink bags. Like
yeah.
it would take three people to hold them open, and you cram the bird in, and the air is rushing out of the bag as you're shoving the bird into the bag. Then you stick it in the boiling water to shrink the bag, and the bag barely moves.
Yeah.
They're already tight in there.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was good.
That's good.
Having
Yeah.
them oversized kind of made up for losing 30 of them. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, it still kind of sucks. We need about 200 to 250 birds a year for just our family,
Mm.
and we've raised 100 birds this year. And not for lack of trying, it's just how it's
Wow.
been this year. So yeah, yeah. Outside of processing chickens and making a knife and all that, all the rain, it was nice. It all the rain this week. Like I was kind of like feeling that cooped up feeling a little bit. It was like, hey, you know what I used to do when it rained? I would head down to the barn and make a knife. why didn't I just go do that? Like, I kind of want this knife. I kind of want to try it out. And went down there and
Heck yeah.
it was fun. It was really nice. It felt really good for my brain. Um, and not being cooped up and sitting on my phone and mindlessly vegging. It's like, yeah, this is way better. This is way better. So that's about it for my week. Jason, what'd you get into this week?
Yeah, we had a busy week this week. First of all, I don't think I mentioned it. I was going to mention last podcast, I forgot, but like one of my videos, I get random videos that get demonetized. So I did a video, I don't know, it was a few videos ago of me talking about my shiitake mushrooms. So apparently YouTube doesn't like it when I say shiitake because it thinks I'm saying like a bad word.
You need to clean up your mushrooms, Jason.
So we'll see if they demonetize this podcast. So, which is so bizarre because at first it's not, it was, the video was fine and it didn't even dawn on me. It didn't even, you don't even think of it. I'm talking about
Right.
harvesting shiitake mushrooms in the video. Um, and then it says demonetized for foul language. And I'm like, I still didn't dawn on me. And so right away, you could, I think a robot detects it and then you could have a human look at it, but it's really just a button you press. It's not like you could talk to anybody, which is,
Right.
I'm kind of, it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to like explain yourself. Um, but so I had a human do it and they still demonetized it
That's crazy.
for foul language. I'm like, what? It's so ridiculous.
You got some gutter-minded
I know.
monitors watching all this. It's like
Yeah,
it's a mushroom, guys. Like, relax.
it's the mushrooms. It's the pigs.
Makes
Uh
me wonder how like YouTube auto dubbed it or something, and if whoever was watching it just was reading the captions and it said,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the funny thing part is I've had multiple videos that I talk about shiitake mushrooms. This is not like the only video I've ever done on shiitake mushrooms. And those ones are fine. Those ones never got anything. So for whatever reason, I don't know, got them in a good week, I guess. So
First it's your piggyback pigs, now it's your shiitake mushrooms.
yeah, don't say shiitake mushrooms. So yeah, kind of frustrating. What are you gonna do, right? Um, so what else? So yeah, in the rain, we got a good amount of rain this week. I moved my sheep in the rain. Probably not the best thing to do, but I was already wet, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, because it was the day I moved them, and it was raining, and so I was like, oh. At first, I was like, I'm just gonna go out there and just making sure they're okay, and then I'll move them the next day. But I just kept going, and my new giant fishing reel that I made with the two reels that are hooked onto it, um, broke on me
Oh no.
in the rain.
In the rain.
So because I had, it's a angle iron, and then I bent two rebars to stick in the ground. So when I moved it, it moved fine. It worked really great. And then I stuck it back in the ground, and then I was hammering the rebars down on the ground, and the rebar just broke in half. Not even from the weld. It literally just cracked in half. And I was like, like, what is that? Like, they don't make rebar like they used to anymore.
I guess not.
Yeah, it's like a piece of metal just cracked in half like that. Yeah, I didn't get that. So, but it still worked. And I had the other one, so it was like the angle iron and one rebar still. It was fine, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. It happened during it while it was raining too, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But it's still working. But yeah, I'll probably end up welding another piece of rebar on there and see how that goes. But it's just so ridiculous. So what else? Yeah, so this week we sold out on turkeys. We sold out
Right.
on hot sauce.
Nice.
So yeah, this week we people were picking up their turkeys this week. I think we have more than half of the people already picked up their turkeys. Some people were from around here. There was a guy that came yesterday. He drove like 3 hours, I think. He was like in Virginia. I have one lady coming tomorrow or this week. She's driving 6 hours to get here to pick up a turkey. So
That's cool.
yeah,
That is cool.
which is awesome. Yeah, just some families would come down, pick up their turkey, and super nice people. Everyone's really cool who come, just kind of talking to them and stuff. And some of them bought, some chicken and some pork too, and but it was mainly the chicken or the turkey that people were buying. So yeah, and I even had people wanted to be on the wait list too. So I was like, well, everybody who put a down payment on a turkey bought their turkey. So, I didn't have any extras really.
That
Um,
means you got to grow more next year.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Hmm.
This is kind of a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think I say this every year. If we do any more, then I gotta like hire somebody like to help out here and there, And then I never do it. I just suck it up and be like, nah, I can handle a few more, and then I just do it myself. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is a good amount what we're doing now, as far as the chickens and the turkeys, um, plus all those hot peppers we've been growing. Um, I mean, it's a lot. So I don't know if I think for real, like, I don't know if we could do any more than what we do now, unless we do get some help. But, but then again, do I want help? Like, do I want to do that? Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, super thankful that turkeys sold out, and hopefully, I think this week everyone should pretty much be picking up their turkeys, which is cool. And we're almost sold out of whole chickens. I think currently we have like I think four left,
Oh,
so that's pretty cool.
Wow. That is
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah. Which is weird because last year we sold out on the cut ups first, like the chicken breast and the leg quarters. But this year it was the opposite.
hmm.
It was like we were selling out on the whole birds first, and we still have quite a bit of leg quarters and chicken breasts. I don't know why that is. It's just kind of interesting to see that, like see what people are buying. Like it's not, I mean, we've only been doing it for, last year and this year, so what do we know? But it's just interesting to see like what's the common things that always people buy. And so far, I don't know. It's just there's no common thing. It's just kind of whatever
Do you guys cut up and save your wings and drums
to sell.
or to sell or for yourselves? And like,
Oh, for sure. For ourselves too, yeah,
yeah,
both.
we air fry them and they taste so good.
I've never done the air fryer.
Air fry them.
Air fry them or just convection in the convection oven.
Next time we get a an oven, we're getting a convection. We should have got
Yeah.
a convection when we were building this place, but couldn't find one we liked, so we just settled on whatever. Man, that's the way to go.
Yeah. I think that's about the only thing we like about our oven is the convection. It works so nice. It crisps up the wings and the drums, and it's
Really?
like they were fried, but they're not.
I don't think we've tried that. Yeah, I mean, we still have some chicken left and some pork. Like we sold out on the pork chops.
Of course.
Um,
Yeah.
that was like the first thing to go. I
Bacon
was
wasn't the first.
No, we still have some
Wow.
bacon left. It was the pork chops that went in the like plain ground sausage. That
Huh?
stuff too. Like the chorizo. No, hardly anybody's buying the chorizo. I don't know.
People don't know what they're missing.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't know about you guys.
This is a lymph node free chorizo.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna have to eat it. I mean, I don't
Take
know.
one for the team.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that stuff's selling though. Everything's kind of selling. And then we put our hot sauce for sale this week and we made double the batch. So in June, I think we had close to 100 bottles, and then this go around we had 200 bottles. So
Nice.
that's been the plan is to double it at least, and we did. And we still have hot peppers left. I mean, there's still a bunch of hot peppers that this is not all the hot peppers that we planted or harvested. So we still have enough for more bottles. I just don't know when they're going to be ready. I don't know if I think he's going to try to make some before Christmas, another batch, but I'm not sure. As
Does
far
he
as,
have the peppers?
yeah, he already has all the peppers. We harvested a ton, like I think close to 200 pounds we gave him. I don't know how much I need to ask him, but I don't know how much he used already. But he did say he has more peppers so he can make more bottles. But yeah, which is so it was surprising. I mean, we sold out in 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was totally unexpected. I mean, I think the last time it was 30 minutes in June, and then this time it was like 20 minutes. Like I was still trying to mess with like the shipping part of the like the back end part of the on the website, right? And I hadn't
Yep.
even put out our video yet saying that it was for sale. And while I was messing with it, people were buying.
Once it went live.
Yeah, it was live, but it was I had it unlisted, right? Like I had it
Yep.
unlisted because so that way I knew I was working on it. But however it happened, people still had the link, the unlisted link, and so they were still be able to buy. And so they were buying. There was like 20 people who bought while I was messing with like the shipping. Luckily, it should be fine. It wasn't. I don't think it was no issues really. But then I was like, "Are you kidding me? People are buying right now. How are they doing that?" Like I was kind of freaking out a little bit.
They're probably going on the website, like specifically searching
Yeah.
for the
Or
hot sauce.
or it was like an older link maybe, like on my older video, and they could
Yep.
just go on it. So it was just kind of funny. Now I know. Like now I know.
Right.
So the minute, so then I put it up, so I put it up there and like, yeah, it was like 20 minutes, it was done. And I was like, wow. Because like, well, actually, I think I had only initially put up like 140 bottles. And so, because that's all I had currently. And then I told my hot sauce dealer, like, hey, I sold out in 20 minutes. And so last night he made 60 more bottles. He was like, I was up to midnight making these bottles. And then this morning he dropped off 60 bottles here at the house.
Nice.
And so this morning I put up the other 60 and I just sent out an email to the email list that I have, and that sold out by like 2 o'clock today.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So altogether it was about 200 bottles. So
That's
I sent you
crazy.
one out. I don't know if you got that.
Not yet. I'll
And
have
then
to get it.
I saved you one, Ben. So
How many did you
Much
save for
obliged.
yourself?
I've got a couple cases here.
Perfect.
You never know.
You
He's
never
like,
do.
and the real number of how many sauces I had, nobody will ever know, but we
Nobody
Yeah.
sold
will ever know.
200.
We sold out of what I put on the website.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
We'll
stash.
just say that. No, like I kept a few, like, because I knew people were gonna come and pick up turkeys, and sure enough, the people that were coming, they were like, "You got any more hot sauce left?" And so I saved some for that purpose. And so I was like, "Yep, I've saved some for this
No.
purpose."
Every time you go to town, you got to bring hot sauce too, right?
That too. Yep, I gotta have some in
That's
my
right.
pockets,
Yep.
just handing them out. Yeah,
Have to get you a custom holster for your belt that fits a hot sauce bottle.
a leather one.
You're like a hot sauce evangelist. You'd be like, "Have you heard about this delicious hot sauce?"
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Mm.
I'm at a restaurant. You want to try one of these? Just leave it there on the table and just leave. Like I don't know where this hot sauce came from.
I don't know about you, but if I walked into a restaurant and saw a Sow the Land hot sauce on the table, that sucker's getting stolen. I'm sorry. Like that's going home with me.
What's going on with me?
Yeah,
Mm.
stolen. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we haven't shipped the stuff out yet. So yeah, the hot sauce we gotta. I think we're doing it tomorrow, where we gotta we got all the boxes and the packaging stuff and the tape and we gotta put all that stuff together and ship it out. So coming soon. But yeah, I'm glad that happened.
That's
Which
wild.
it's always nerve-wracking, you know, when you're selling stuff because you just don't know how it's gonna go.
Yep. Sounds like your hot sauce dealer was excited.
Yeah, he was excited. It seemed like, yeah, he's like, man, I can't believe it. I mean, he goes, I'm gonna stay up to midnight, and make some more. Let's see if he makes more before Christmas. I don't know. He said he might, but we'll see.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah.
Probably gonna hit you up and be like, "Hey, I cooked everything that you gave me. I have 1,000 bottles for you. Merry Christmas."
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much exactly like at the end of it all, like how many bottles that all those peppers would make, you know?
Because what did you say? 200 pounds of peppers you brought him?
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That's a
peppers.
lot of peppers.
So,
Those plain mulattas aren't very big peppers. They're tiny.
right. And it's mostly those. So, yeah, I think he probably needs a whole bunch to make a bottle, I would think. So,
What did better, the greenhouse or the other area you grew? Like, could you tell like a big difference from
oh
being
yeah, the
outside or
greenhouse,
inside? The
the
greenhouse did
greenhouse.
a lot. Yeah.
I mean, there's still some growing in there right now.
Nice.
Like we could probably still continue to harvest. We're kind of getting burnt out, but but yeah, there's still a bunch of growing right now. So for sure, the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Should we get another greenhouse?
I was gonna say, is that the next winter project?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Mm.
know. We'll see. But yeah, that's about it. We just got a whole ton of shipping to do, and people still picking up turkeys. So
Sounds like you're gonna be busy.
yeah. So what's up, Al? What you get into?
How are we getting to more renovations? We
Awesome.
finally removed, so there was a cabin room. Well, it was like an attic space. It was a room, but they called it the cabin room, the old people, and it was just used for attic. I'm trying to think. I think it's like 14 feet by 10 feet. So it's a decent sized room. I don't know why it was never used for anything. Gina and Olivia planned on making it into a craft room. Well, we never took out the floor in there or one of the other bedrooms. And the floor it has hand hewn beams to support the floor joist. But the original subfloor was two layers of boards. And it's weird because the beams were hand hewn, and a lot of our rafters were like just hewn on one side logs from like the flat side where they needed it. But all of the boards are sawn with a some kind of mill or with a saw. They weren't, so it's kind of weird. We had some half-inch thick boards, which I've never seen that old. So they did a layer of half-inch thick boards, and then on top of that they put 1 inch thick boards. But the half-inch thick boards they would leave gaps, and then they put the 1 inch thick boards over them. So the floor was very, very spongy. And the hand
Ooh.
hewn beams are one room they're 3 feet on center, and the other room they're like 42 inches on center. So you had a good span, and you only had like an inch and a quarter worth of boards, and if you were lucky, if there wasn't a gap. And then a lot of the half-inch boards were all split. So it was very, very soft floor. And then the beams, trying to think how long they're. I think that part of the house is like 18 feet. No, it's gonna be more than 18 feet. It's got to be 24 feet. And they had a wall under them, but they didn't have like a regular wall. They just had like 2x6s on the side. And then underneath them, they were just hooked to the floor. But then like the floor had nothing supporting them. And the first floor, when we took that out, that was just like the same thing. It was just rough sawn lumber, 2 layers of it, and wasn't really good floor joists. It was very spongy also. So there was like no support for these hand hewn beams. So they had bowed. Um, so we were trying to figure out, or I should say the whole time I'm like, this is going to be a pain. Like I got to figure out how to straighten the beams. One section, the upstairs, they already redid the floor, so you can't jack the beams. Another area we can jack the beams. So that's one of the things we're going to do is we'll jack that side. The other side, we're going to have to kind of make like a custom end to make everything work, if that makes sense. It'll be lots of craftsmanship to make the floor work because we want to have the hand hewn beams exposed. We want to see the hand hewn beams. So I ended up purchasing, what do they call it? Let me see. It's called a surface conditioner tool. I've seen them called like restorers. So basically, it's like a big grinder or a buffer wheel, but it's got the buffer head taken off and it has a round disc that's like 4 inches. And you can get like hard plastic grinding discs, or you can get wire wheels
It's like a
for them.
sander.
Like a drum sander, but behind like a big 9 inch
Mm.
grinder behind it. Harbor Freight had one. I was looking online, they made different ones, but it took, I don't know, like a week or two out. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not always like the best at planning. I'm like, oh, I want to try this now. So I got to find a tool. Harbor Freight had it. So I went, Harbor Freight picked it up. They had the wire wheel. So the wire wheel takes off all the stuff, but it actually raises the grain. It doesn't leave sanding marks, but it gets in there and it raises the grain. So if you think of like, you see like probably like Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop, you'll have like the big beams, but they're like textured wise. That's what this tool does. It'll get in there and it'll clean it up. So like we thought the hand hewn beams were cool looking before, like oh look at that. And then I took this thing to it, and it really makes the grain stand out. And then the areas you can't get in with the 4 inch drum, I got wire brushes for the grunt, like my Milwaukee grinder, and got into the little crevices. What a mess. Like, I mean, these beams are covered in mouse poop and urine, and so it's taking off all that stuff. It's just flying everywhere. I mean, I was just covered.
Yuck.
Yeah. And the smell, like it kind of like just smelled like
Mm.
mouse urine. And so I'm like, we're glad we're cleaning these up, and we're excited to see how they look. Like we got them stained. We got that popping. Now we're gonna end up doing at first probably 2 coats of a clear coat. And then once we get our floor slash ceiling installed on top of them, we're gonna probably put like 2 coats on the floor ceiling, so the beams will get another 2 coats. So we're kind of
We're just like a clear.
yeah, we're gonna do. I like doing a matte finish clear coat.
Mm.
It's gonna
So
look nice.
yeah, I really like doing like a what do they call that? It's a poly, but you rub it on, like you spray it on and then you leave it on for a minute, then you rub it off. I don't know if it's called like a what is that called? It's a polyurethane, but you don't spray it on. It's more of like an oil. And
Hmm.
then you rub it off and it gives like a really nice smooth finish. It's kind of like the lacquer to it, but it's matte. So that's what we're doing. We'll do a poly, we'll do a matte finish. I don't like shiny. I don't know, I just
Oh,
never
nice.
never cared for that look. So
So those are in the ceiling?
yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
ceiling. So
So you're not taking those out at all.
we're not taking them out, no. So that
You
was the
you
thing.
just finished them in the ceiling.
We're gonna finish them in the ceiling. So we had one beam. So we never like test stuff. Like when we're painting, we just pick a color and we paint. We don't, I'm like, I'm not taking the time to do swatches and spend the time running around. It's expensive. Well, we had an old hand hewn beam that we took out of the basement. So I tried the method on this, and then we tried 2 stains, and then Gina ended up going back to the store. I think she got 3 or 4 more. So we tried a bunch of different stain colors and different techniques, which we never do. Um, and so we settled on one stain that we like, and then we tried clear coating it and stuff outside. So we kind of figured out what to do, and I was using the multi-surfacer like down on workhorses. Well, then I'm going to do it, and I have to do it over my head, and I don't know, the thing probably
Mm.
weighs like 15 pounds. Yeah,
That's
so
a
over
big
my head,
grinder.
I could feel it in my shoulders, my legs, everywhere. Then I think it was like the last day Gina picked up the tool. I just had it on the ground. She was like, well, no wonder why you were complaining. She's like, you should have had me pick this thing up at first. Oh.
Have you seen that it's like a almost like a bodysuit that's meant for like ceiling work, like woodworking?
No,
Have you seen that?
no.
It's the robo suit that's supposed to.
Yeah, I think
It's like battery
Festool.
powered.
You heard of Festool?
Yeah.
They're like really fancy.
Yep.
They make one, I think. I've seen it. This was maybe a couple years ago. I don't know. But it's like a yeah, it's like a backpack and it like supposed to like help you move your like move stuff. I forget what the percentage is, but it's meant for like if you're doing sanding in the ceiling so you don't get worn out. Like it's
Yep.
supposed to give you more strength.
That's
I think
interesting.
Milwaukee makes one too.
Oh,
I
okay.
think they unveiled it at whatever trade
I don't know what it's
show
called.
was going on. Yeah, it's like a exo suit.
Yeah.
That's just what we need, guys. Like we need to like be strong men, not get assistants that, like it's just
Exactly.
a crutch. Like you gotta pain is weakness leaving the body.
Oh, they're pretty
Yep.
cool though.
They are pretty cool.
I just
Let's
wanted to like haul buckets.
just run hot pockets.
You got all the wood tools, make you a yoke.
Yeah,
You know what a
there you go.
yoke
Yeah.
is?
Yes. Yeah. That is what I need. Bring the yoke back.
I can't, I'm just looking it up online. I don't see one. I want to see what one looks like. I want to see somebody using one.
Hopefully it was for real, not some kind of AI thing.
It was a dream.
Yeah, it was probably my dream. Are you looking at Festool?
I looked up Milwaukee.
We're all looking it up. Yeah, right. Yeah, Festool exoskeleton for overhead work.
It says Milwaukee does not make one.
Yeah,
It
right
says
here.
Hilti.
Rockler sells one. Oh, look at
Interesting.
Amazon. So it's 3,000 bucks.
So Hilti makes one. I haven't seen a picture of it. It looks like there's a
Guilty.
1600. Yeah.
Festool exoskeleton overhead work. $3,700. It's on Rockler.
This one doesn't tell you how much the exoskeleton shoulder exoskeleton to help you work, but it doesn't say like how much like it helps, like a percentage or anything,
I mean, for that price, you could pretty much just hire someone to do the work for you.
I
right?
Let somebody else be sore for you.
know. It says
And I
this
was
thing
thinking,
weighs 37 pounds.
if you're doing it every day, like you're gonna get used to it.
Yeah, like
And
build
one
the
of those things,
muscle.
right? It's one of those things like if you just do it every once in a while, you're gonna be sore for like a week while you're doing it, but I'm not gonna go spend $1,600. It looks like the Hilti one goes up to let's see. The Hilti one goes up to 5,200. So I don't know what the difference is, but
Yeah, that's crazy.
5,200, that'll buy you a lot of help. If
it will.
like you could get two or three guys in there to do the work for that kind of money.
And if I had that bad of shoulder issues and I was doing it as a career, I think I'd have to find a new career instead of buying a Hilti. But
I don't
It'd
know.
be cool though. You'd be the coolest kid in the neighborhood.
Guess you would.
Have you seen Robo Al? No, I haven't.
Guaranteed
He's
to go
over
viral.
there. Yeah.
over there hanging sheetrock.
Yeah.
Look at him. He can hang a whole sheet with one arm. He's so strong. It's like a robot.
Well, I think what one of the Tesla robots is like what 20,000. So I mean, you buy four Hiltis, you can have it yourself a Tesla robot, and they can just hang the sheetrock for
There
you.
you go. Yeah. 11 acres robot edition. And it's just
Robot. It's
it
just
looks like you, but it's a robot. It's got glasses.
funny. But yeah, so I spent my week cleaning beams and staining beams. It's nice to finally have this it's gotta be. I think this is all of the demoing. Like we have all of the nasty stuff out of the house. The
Oh,
only
really?
thing that's like you got the beams that are original, you got your studs, but all like the floor, the walls, the interior walls are all gutted and gone. So
I bet that's a good feeling.
it does feel good. Yep. We're
No
getting
more nasty. From here
no
on
more
out, it's
nasty.
clean.
And like the floors have been there, but like they smelt a little bit, but not bad. Like we forgot about it. And then like when we took the boards out, it was like, oh, like we smelt it. And then we were cleaning the beams with the wire brush. It was like, oh yeah, we really smelt it. Like we remember why.
Mm.
Like it makes us glad we're doing what we did.
Yeah.
But I saw some comments and people were like, I can't believe you took all the character out of that house. I would have just moved in there with the mice, and just killed them as I went. It's like, yeah, but what about all the stuff in the walls? Like, no, like we're kind of health conscious. I don't want to be breathing that stuff in the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Heck no. I mean, yeah. That's cool though, man. Like, so you gotta throw away like all your dirty clothes.
We will. Once we get there. Once we get done with all like the rough construction, we probably will.
Yeah.
Have to
Oh
get
yeah.
some new stuff. But luckily, I'm still using my stuff from the last build. So they were worn out and time to get replaced. So by the time we're done with this, there'll be definitely time for retirement.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So what's the next step after that? Now.
We ordered windows. They should be in soon. So we got to do the windows. I got to do rough wiring. And then once the rough wiring's done, we can get the first floor insulated. And then I'll start on rough plumbing. The rough plumbing we can do after we get the spray foam insulation done. And then we got to figure out, I think I'm going to line the chimney. So we got to get the chimney line and then we can get the furnace hooked back up.
Okay. You having those other guys do the installation again?
Yep. Have them come back and that'll be the last. We got the first floor walls to do and then we'll do the basement walls. The crazy part is the walls is like the least amount of insulation. You think like the walls you have a
Mm.
lot, but volume wise, it's the least because you don't get your ceilings are all done. So,
So you didn't find any cool things behind the walls at all?
no, nothing exciting. No stash of cash or
No.
anything.
No like old baseball cards?
No, no old baseball cards.
No missing uh United States Treasury gold or anything.
I wish.
That's too
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, I
A
know,
one-eyed
right?
Willie treasure map?
No,
No.
nothing exciting like that.
Oh man. That only happens in the movies.
Yeah, my brother-in-law the other night said something. He was like, we were talking about doing all this stuff, and they're like, well, houses are investments. It's long-term investments. I'm like, oh, we're investing in this house, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's always an adventure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. It'll be nice to get the insulation and the heat working before it gets too cold. I remember building the off-grid house and
Right.
we did that in the winter time and I think we got the roof on at the end of November. And then we didn't get insulation in until December and we never had like a real heat all winter. We just had like temporary propane heat that we used. So this time like we got to make sure we have like a better source of heat while we're building because it's not fun building and doing house projects when it's 20 below outside. It's 40 or 50 inside, but it gets pretty chilly after a while.
How are your animals doing?
They're doing good. Azalea we bred to country. What about that? That's like a month ago now. So I'll have to preg test her. We haven't noticed that she's gone back into heat, so that's good. If she took, that'll be like a July 14th baby. So it'll be like a month past. We'll be like a month off from last year. So that'd be kind of cool.
It will be cool.
Yep. And then we'll have to get our bull back in with the beef herd so we can get those ladies pregnant
No,
again.
no butcher animals this winter?
Not this winter, no.
Hmm.
Just the meat birds we did this year.
Yeah.
Did you t get your classes up online yet, Ben?
Oh yeah, I think we're about half sold out.
Nice.
We
What months are you doing them in? Is it all the same month or?
no, we're doing one class in December and one class in January.
Okay, cool. And you're doing one hog per class or? Yep,
Yep. I
perfect.
suppose we're going to have less people per class. We had to raise the price for our class. And I don't know. It's either the high price or there's just not as many people interested. We're having a hard time selling the tickets.
Yep,
Um, but we make sure it's worth people's time and energy to come out to these classes. So if it's the right class, if it's people who are really gung ho, which occasionally we do have people like that, I
yep,
will still have plenty of pigs.
right.
Um, we can turn a single pig class into a dual pig class if people are really, really wanting to learn, get their hands on. Because, I demonstrate one half and then the class does the other half.
Yep,
And if there's someone who's really wanting to get their hands and do the whole process themselves, I could I could be convinced, but that remains to be seen. I have over here on the calendar, I've got post-it notes, stickies all over my calendar for all the times I'm going to be doing pigs this month. It's going to be a busy month. I've still got a whole bunch that need to go in the freezer still, so it's going to be a busy month.
busy month. So if people want to get tickets, they go to your website.
Yep, go to hollerhomestead.com. I can buy tickets there. Um, and like I said, I think we're about half full,
What is
which
it, a Friday, Saturday class? Saturday,
yeah,
Sunday, or Friday, Saturday?
yeah. Yeah, we actually 2 years in a row I've asked everybody, "Hey, like which is easier, Friday, Saturday or Saturday, Sunday?" And everybody's like, "Friday, Saturday is way easier on the work schedule. It's way easier for travel."
Yep.
So, I know when I was a working stiff, a Friday, Saturday gig would be a lot easier.
A lot easier to take a Friday off
Yeah.
and then go home on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah, then you got time to recoup before you got to go back to work.
Show
Yeah.
up, show up to work on Monday absolutely just fried.
Yep.
Guess what I did? Butchered a pig. Well, cool, guys. I think that's it. We made it. Well, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Thank you guys for watching too. And I noticed some of you guys been buying some podcast t-shirts, so that's cool too. I appreciate you guys doing that and supporting our podcast and representing.
Represent.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hope you have a good week. Hope nobody gets any snow already. It's too early for that.
Later, everybody.